Okay, let's unpack this. Welcome everyone to the deep dive.
Glad to be here.
We're looking at a set of sources you shared, all from USA Today, dated June 7th, 2025.
Right. And our goal is really to sift through it all, pull out the key insights.
Exactly. What's shaping things based strictly on this material you gave us? No outside noise.
So where do we start? The political stuff seems pretty prominent.
Yeah, the material notes President Trump has stated he doesn't have plans currently to speak with Elon Musk.
Right. And the source suggests this isn't just like a personal spat,
No, it seems tied to that big tax cut bill the administration's been pushing.
which is interesting. It highlights how, according to the source, a relationship or lack thereof between these, well, powerful figures
Hmm.
could potentially raise real questions about major legislation. The future of the bill, the economic side of things.
Yeah, it shows that connection, doesn't it? How personal dynamics might potentially affect policy. That idea of friction comes up again, actually.
The trade section.
Exactly. The sources talk about the ongoing trade tensions, U.S. and China.
Ah, yes. But the notable thing here from the material is that President Trump and China's Xi Jinping have apparently agreed to get back to the table.
Resume trade talks, yeah. The source says they're aiming for some kind of mutually satisfactory agreement.
Even with all the tariffs still flying around.
Oh.
So it's like, okay, disagreement, but let's talk anyway.
A push for dialogue, maybe?
Seems that way.
Yeah.
And it's interesting how that high-level stuff filters down.
You mean like with Delta Airlines?
Precisely. Your sources bring in their perspective. They're apparently not happy about the administration's proposed tariffs on aircraft imports.
Yeah, they're quite vocal about it, according to the text.
And the specific worry, which the source really emphasizes, is the retroactive part.
Ah, right, that it could hit deals they already signed, long-standing contracts.
Exactly. It's not just about future plane orders.
Mhm.
It's potentially messing with agreements already in place. That's a very concrete business impact highlighted in the material.
Yeah, you can see how that would cause major concern for a company like Delta. Okay, so shifting gears completely now,
Right.
but staying, within the national sphere, sports.
Ah, the U.S. men's national soccer team. Gold Cup prep.
Yep. The source mentions head coach Mauricio Pochettino. He's named a 26-man squad.
Okay. Standard stuff.
Well, the insight the source seems to be drawing is that this roster, it's maybe not what people expected.
Oh, different from predictions.
Yeah. And so that naturally leads to questions, about the team's strategy, their chances in the tournament. The analysts are definitely reading into it based on the source.
Roster picks always spark debate, don't they? Always seen as a signal.
For sure. Okay, and then there's one more piece from your sources, something quite different.
Oh, yeah? What's that?
A really remarkable individual story. This swimmer, Gabby Rose, she's 47.
Wow, 47. Okay.
She made history. The source highlights she qualified for the A final in the 100-meter breaststroke at the
Yeah.
U.S. Nationals.
Get out at 47 in the A final.
Yep. And the source says she's the oldest swimmer to do that since, well, at least since 2004.
That's incredible. Seriously impressive. That level of performance at that age, a very different kind of story than policy disputes.
Definitely stands out. So, look, in this quick dive, just using your June 7th sources,
Uh-huh.
we've seen political friction potentially affecting laws.
Uh-huh. Complex trade talks resuming with real business consequences.
Right. Strategic sports decisions for a national team.
And, yeah, this amazing, record-breaking athletic achievement, all from one day's snapshot.
So thinking about all this material you provided, it makes you wonder, doesn't it?
How all these threads kind of weave together. Policy, trade, sports, personal triumphs, all forming the picture of just one day.
Exactly. How do these seemingly separate things build the fabric of the news cycle and maybe the bigger picture it describes?
It definitely gives you something to chew on. What piece of this, pulled straight from your sources, really resonated with you?
Food for thought. Thanks for taking this deep dive with us.